just wanted to do a quick video here. I'm still pretty new to the whole YouTube thing, doing videos, vlogging and whatnot, and I'm having a bit of problems dealing with like the content stuff where I'm referring to, for example, still pictures, and I'm looking at my computer here, but looking at still pictures that that I had from, you know, the day of, the day after, a couple of days after my surgery, and making comments or commentary about them, because here I am visually and in reality a number of days further along, yet I'm going to be talking about past events, past images. I'm going to try, you know, pretty soon, because I don't have very many still pictures to put up, because I've been doing more and more video recording and talking as I'm going through. But I'm going to in this video I'm going to be going over basically 3 pictures I took, and I know that's not a lot of pictures for something as momentous as facial feminization surgery. I've explained before, I just haven't had the head and the energy and the concentration to keep going with these things. They're just, whenever I felt that I had enough energy, or I guess the guilt of not keeping those that care about me or and I care about in the know. So one of them you've already seen, it was in the last video, was the picture, I believe it is the day after, October the 16th, and in this picture you can see me in the recovery room. You know, I'm still wearing my gown. Tell you the truth, I didn't even change out of that until like an hour before I was being discharged. You can definitely still see that, you know, there's a lot of swelling. Barely, actually, at that point, any bruising whatsoever. You know, my upper lip is you know, it's full, and you know, you can see the sutures, you know, around my eyes, tape and all that stuff, and you know, from the angle, a perfect glimpse of my forehead. But what's interesting, you know, is just that, you know, within, let me see, that was 8 o'clock in the morning, so probably about 20 hours, I would say, after, maybe 18 hours after my surgery was finished. You know, there's basically no bruising. To tell you the truth, though, if you look at my face, there's really not much you can see in difference, because there's still so much swelling to it. I'll move on to the next picture, and the next 2 pictures are actually at home on the 18th, sorry, the 17th of October, and they're actually about 6-7 hours apart. I think one of them I took at about 11 o'clock in the morning, the other one I took at like 6 o'clock at night. I haven't really moved that far, as you can tell. I'm still in my easy chair, living with an ice cloth on my forehead and whatnot, trying to smile, you know, at some points. In the first picture, though, you can clearly see that some of the bruising has now obviously started to set in. You can see because of the sutures that were in here, and I don't know if I've explained at that point, I had rather obvious discoloration, you know, roughness, you know, and I had like fat deposits under my eyes here, and the funny thing is it wasn't the same on both, it wasn't symmetrical. That's the word I'm looking for. So part of his work was to tighten this stuff up, and I can definitely feel that now. But in that picture, you can see that the sutures that were there, which was actually, the sutures are there to hold in place the fat that he redistributed to smooth out the lines that I had through here that made everything look so. But if you can understand, those things are actually restricting the flow of the blood and the bruising as it was, you know, coming down my face. At that point, you can also see my upper eyelids. You know, that's not from crying or rubbing my eyes. That's you know, bruising has got into my upper eyelids and whatnot. Around my nose and underneath my nose. Never had anything done with my nose. A lot of people say I have a cute nose, so I never touched it. But obviously with the lip lift, and it, you know, again, today's a few days later, but you can tell a big difference just even with the lip, how much it's changed since that picture. But again, you can also see how it's some bruising was starting here, even down into my the top of my lip here, and there's a surgical glue that was kind of all along underneath, and then, you know, the tape here and here holding the sutures in place. You can't really see my hair though. I'm going on to the third picture. I took this picture for a friend of mine, and you know, they asked me if you know, if I could smile, and I did. You can clearly see right underneath my eyes, yes, I'm smiling, but the indents where those sutures were, that as I smiled, how those sutures were holding everything in, because you can actually see an indent as the cheeks went up, and that's a tension that was on my face that was a little difficult to deal with. To be honest, even today, I'm still getting used to, and you know, it's only been a week now, probably about now that I went in for my surgery a week ago, you know, of the different tightness and tension on my face. Now it's just everything settling in place, but you know, you can clearly see, as I said, that especially you know, on it would be the left side of my face, but like right here, you can clearly see that indent, and how, so it just an indication of how difficult it can be on somebody's face. So all that to say is that those are the still pictures I had, and from now on, most of my content is just going to be talking about how I'm doing on a specific day, not trying to talk about what's happened in the past. But I wanted to get this thing out so I could catch up with those pictures, and put everybody at the same point. So as I said, these pictures that I've been showing you are from the 16th and 17th of October, so the day and 2 days after my surgery. And you know, as you can see, I mean, I'm hoping you'll see the differences in each of the videos that goes by, the differences in my face. Even now, I mean, the shape here, depending on when I wake up, which side I slept on, you know, I still have, you know, some swelling and whatnot, which can make, you know, at one point I thought I looked like a Romulan, you know, sorry, Star Trek fans, and not the ears, just the eyes, but I kind of thought I looked like a Romulan just because of the way that a little bit of swelling. Sorry, I had to look at my swollen face to remember the word, and whatnot. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully this is educating you, or giving you a laugh. It doesn't really matter to me. Hopefully it's providing some benefit to somebody, so that you understand what it's like to go through facial feminization, what to expect, what not to expect. In one point I may get into more of the philosophical talks about why I've gone through this, and what I was hoping to get out of it, instead of the pure, like, where are the sutures and staples. Yeah, so enjoy. Glad to have had you here. Feel free, if you want to subscribe, like, comment. I'm not doing this to make a living. Just trying to get part of my journey out there, part of my story, because I know how that can be powerful for other people. So have yourself a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.